Hi there, I'm Melissa Nielsen with Waldorf Essentials, and today we're going to talk about rhythm. Now, I talk about rhythm a lot. If you go back through our Monday videos, you'll see that I talk about it fairly regularly. I talk about it in our Thinking, Feeling, Willing program. In fact, it's the very first lesson in Thinking, Feeling, Willing. And the reason being is it's very much just about you. It's about sort of how you approach things and sort of then how you run your life. And I wanted to talk about a specific aspect of rhythm today. One of the things that I hear a lot is, and it's usually from moms that are newer to Waldorf. And so I absolutely not criticizing. I just want you to get this piece that I'm going to talk about today. So I hear it often referred to as the rhythm, like it's the dog or the car or something else that doesn't actually belong to you, that it's not something that lives in you. And I really want you to know that rhythm absolutely lives in you. It's part of you. Like if you put your hand over your heart right now, just do it. Do you feel your heart beating? That's rhythm. And you feel the air in your lungs and you're breathing in and out? That's rhythm. So rhythm is something that is attached to you. It lives in you. And that what's funny is that our conscious and our subconscious brains actually shy away from rhythm. Not because we don't need it, because look all around you. Rhythm is everywhere. It's in the seasons, it's in the way the planets move, it's in the tides, it's in your heartbeat. So rhythm is not an external, it's an internal. But it's about adjusting that internal clock so that you are absolutely dialed in to what it needs to be for you and your family. So when you're looking at rhythm for you and your family, if you're looking just sort of organically, even if you haven't worked to tame your rhythm or anything, you can see a natural breathing in and breathing out. So often I will say when people come to me and say, my rhythm's a big mess. And I always have you keep an actual rhythm chart. In fact, there's a video in the Monday videos called Melissa's Secret or My Secret to Rhythm. And that's what it's all about. It's about understanding what your actual rhythm is. So that's not the one that you made that's pretty on the wall or the one that's in your head that you'd really like or that pretty one on Pinterest. It's what you actually do. So if you actually generally tend to go to bed late and get up early, write that down. Or go to bed late and get up late, write that down. If you tend to not have a menu because you don't like to plan out what you're eating and you like having the chaos in your house, you need to write all those things down. So when you do this actual rhythm chart, we have you go through a full week and write down everything. And if you would like to try this, you want to hop over to our resources page and you can grab an actual rhythm chart there and chart it for yourself. But I start there. I start with actually understanding what is it that I really do? What do I do? Because it's not an external. It's not like the dog you walk. It's not like the car you drive in. It's not the rhythm. It's rhythm. It's your body's rhythm. It's your family's rhythm. It's this breathing in and breathing out every day, and it becomes part of you. And once you own it and you decide, hey, it is mine. It is mine and I own it and I am willing to harness it the same way you would harness what you eat, the exercise you get, the sleep you should get, all of those things. It's exactly the same. It's no different than changing a habit. So you're sort of honing those habits. And yes, it can be difficult to hone habits when you have, 4 people in your family, 6 people in your family, 7 people in your family. That's what we had when we had 5 kids at home. It can be difficult or it feels like an insurmountable task. So you have to start with you. Rhythm is tied to you. Your family rhythm is then carried by you. At first, you have to get yourself in order. And by getting yourself in order, you don't go around and you tell everybody what they're doing wrong. You do your actual rhythm chart and then you look at it and you go, oh man, I need to go to bed so I can get up. Now, why should you go to bed so that you can get up? I have moms say to me all the time, oh, I just, I get my second wind at night and I have all this time and it feels so good to have the quiet house. I get that, but I want you to hear me. It's not your kid's fault that you don't go to bed on time. So when you're in a bad mood the next day because you only slept for 4 hours or 5 hours, it's not their fault. So you're not allowed to be mad at them. You're not allowed to be short with them. You have to show up as a nice mom, even if you're not getting enough sleep. So I want you to let that sit for a minute, because if you are robbing yourself and your children of how you could show up by staying up too late, then you're doing yourself a disservice and your family a disservice. Now I know that stings and you're like, Melissa, I'm swiping away. But I want you to hear me, even though it hurts, when we have to change habits, it's always for the better. So change the habit. And that doesn't mean, oh no, now you just have to change it today and you've got to go to bed and get up at crack of dawn. No, what I want you to do is look at that actual rhythm chart. In that actual rhythm chart, if you have children that don't naturally get up until 8, then you just need to get up before them, and that might be 7. So if you go to bed at 10 or 11 and you're getting up at 7, that's a good time. But if you have kids that get up at 6 or at 7, then you need to go to bed at 8 or at 9, like right around the time they do, so that you can get the sleep you need and get up before them. Why do you need to get up before them? Well, I don't know. Do you like being shot out of a cannon every morning? Because I sure don't. I don't like to be like woken up by being poked in the eyes and all of those things that children love to do when they're trying to wake you up. I've totally been there. And so you really want to be fresh and ready for the day. You want to be able to go potty by yourself. If you drink coffee, get up and get your cup of coffee, or get your cup of tea, get a drink of water in the morning. Just sort of breathe out and go, whew, how do I want to show up today? Ask yourself, how do I want to show up today? And then once you've got that, like I close my eyes and I get myself in a good place, put my left hand over my heart, because that goes right to my heart. And I ask myself, how do I want to show up today, Melissa? What things do you want to bring to the world today? And what things do you want to make sure you don't do? And so once I have those things and I get the opportunity then to think to myself, okay, what are the things I'm trying to manifest into my life, and how do I want to feel about those things? I can get really excited and get good momentum behind that. I can't do that if somebody's climbing on my last nerve already at 7 o'clock in the morning. So neither can you. And so hear my advice: go to bed and get up before your kids and get that rhythm wrangled. And remember, it's not an external, it's yours. It's an internal. And once you own it and you hone it, then you can make anything happen. You can really and truly, you can bring them all in and they'll follow you, but they're waiting for you to lead them. You're the captain of the ship. And you and your husband are co-captains often, but if you and your partner can't get on the same page with rhythm, start with yourself first. Get yours wrinkled. And you can say, honey, I love you and I want to stay up with you tonight, but I don't want to be a mean person tomorrow. And I will be if I don't get my sleep. So you're welcome to come to bed with me and we can get up early in the morning before those kids get up and have time alone. Or I'll just see you tomorrow. I love you. Give me a kiss, go to bed. Get the rest you need. Remember, rhythm belongs to you. You own it. It lives inside you. It's not an external. It's not like the car or the dog or the sidewalk. It's not the rhythm. It's your rhythm. Own it. Have a good week.